I often use Epic Pen to mark up Camtasia tutorials while I'm actually capturing them. I currently have the Epic Pen exposed on my desktop. If you don't want to look at it, you can operate Epic Pen in ghost mode, which means you can control it using keyboard shortcuts, and you can keep it hidden using the shortcut Control-Shift-0. Using Epic Pen to mark up Camtasia videos can save you a lot of time if you don't care about making the markups precision, and you can also do freehand writing at the same time if that's appropriate. In this example, I'm working in a very dense user interface for a nutrition accounting application. I'll use Control-Shift-3 key to turn on the pen tool, and now I can use freehand pen work to mark up this application. As you can tell, I'm capturing this with Camtasia Recorder as I do this. In this case, this is the supper meal, and here I've highlighted the title using the pen tool. I'll use Control-Shift-7 to erase that. Could also use Control-Z. Control-Shift-7 will erase anything that you've drawn on the screen. Control-Shift-Z will just erase the last one. There's also an eraser tool here. That's this guy. You can use that if you want. In this application, for instance, this guy here is called the Healthy Factor icon. It tells you graphically what the percent of fat in the meal is. In this case, an orange character indicates a fat range of about 35%, actually 31 to 40% works, I think. I'll erase one with Control-Z, the other with Control-Z. I'm leaving the tool exposed here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to execute the circle or ellipse tool. Now if I draw, I can get a circle around this guy and drag it out, make it a Control-Z. You can also use a shortcut to get the arrow tool. Normally the shortcut is Control-Shift-A. However, that's a conflict with a shortcut in Camtasia, so I'm going to use Control-Shift-Alt-A. I'm now on the arrow tool, and I can point to the command button that opens the Daily Calories Snapshot Report. And if I want, I can use the erase key here to erase that guy. Anytime I want to revert to normal cursor control, I can click this item here. Shortcut to do that is Control-Shift-2. There's actually a text tool available too if you want. Click by using this item. Now I got a text here I can enter. If I click, I can just start typing. This is some text, and move it around with this guy. You can have fun with this. It actually works out pretty well. Requires practice, but worth learning to use it, in my opinion, because when you're doing a Camtasia capture for a tutorial, using Epic Pen can save you a ton of time. I'll use Control-Shift-2 to get rid of the action on the text key. Epic Pen has a lot more usability functions built into it. It's worth studying. You can do so by going to Help or About or Settings. They'll give you some idea of what you can do. I also have a number of additional tutorials that just talk about using Epic Pen. Here I've loaded that capture into the Camtasia 2024 editor. A lot of the previous capture was made with the Epic Pen user interface showing. I could have hidden it using ghost mode or Control-Shift-0 to hide it, but I left it showing because when you're new to using Epic Pen, being able to see it when you change the tools is a lot easier than trying to remember all those shortcuts. That comes with practice, but in the beginning, it's a lot easier if you can see the user interface. However, that tends to burn it into your capture, but if you have the right kind of user interface that you're capturing, you can take care of that as follows. I'm going to go to my favorites, where I have a shape object, and I'll put the shape object over top this guy. And I do this so as to be able to disguise him. And I'll go to background color, and I'll change that to the background of my user interface. And now, if I need to, I can cover up that Epic Pen user interface anywhere I choose. Just a little trick to give you another option in working with Epic Pen.